Good morning YouTube, my name is William James, I'm the host of The Bald Book Geek, and as you can see behind me in this video, I'm going to talk about this article, and I'm not going to bother reading the whole thing. I'm not going to go into details in that way. I've read it for about 5 times and pissed myself laughing each time. This article is the most ridiculous thing I've ever read in my life. Let's all stop ignoring the Fandom Menace, it's real and it's winning. This article represents weaponizing criticism, weaponizing people who don't like it for very genuine reasons, and going after them. It's going after YouTube because journalists as a nature are very, what's the phrase I'm looking for? They're very simple creatures, and they're very easy to threaten. You know, they're like a little flock of birds pecking some worms up from the lawn. If you make a slight noise, they run, jump, and hide and play the victim. And that's the ridiculous situation. And I'm watching a lot of other people's reaction to this video. It's complete fake outrage. It's completely redundant. It's completely stupid. It's unresearched. The hashtag itself, the Fandom Menace, is completely out of date. Doesn't exist, not anymore. And while I do agree there are toxic fans within any fandom, I think to label people isms, I'm going to say isms, and key buzzwords which YouTube doesn't like, just for criticising something, it just makes me wonder. And I've said that a few times, journalists don't like YouTubers, and to be honest, I don't know, most YouTubers and myself don't like journalists. But the idea that because you criticise something, because you don't like something, because you have a negative opinion of something, you are instantly an ism, or an ist in some form, is redundant and ridiculous. They talk about right-wing ideology, they talk about people going after stuff and things like that in this. And I look at it and think, okay. But the thing is, if you are just slightly outside of a very narrow world view, you are immediately labelled, and they use that word again to weaponize criticism, is to shut you up. That's why they use those words and phrases. That's why they use misogyny, for example. That's a buzzword right now that's been completely destroyed. Over at, for example, Amber Heard, oh my god, you dare criticise her, it's misogyny. Even if she did it, it's still misogyny. No, an abuser. This sort of war on YouTube has started, and it's kind of sad, and I really hope Google don't buckle to this, because media right now is catering towards a very small percentage of the population, and a very small percentage of Twitter users, that 1.2%. I always say this, the blue ticks on Twitter do not represent most moviegoers. The blue ticks anywhere don't represent most of them. It's like book Twitter doesn't actually represent readers, it's just like a 1% of them. The issue with all of this stuff is that these journos just want YouTube gone, they want media criticism gone, and they want the ability to kind of control the narrative. You cannot control the narrative anymore. People aren't listening to you. And when you get pushback, when you finally get told, well, no, they play the victim. This whole article where they talk about how much YouTubers earn, they talk about what this and that, and I'm looking at it, and all I'm thinking is that YouTubers don't earn that amount of money. You could do, if you were very lucky, but not every video you make is advertising friendly. Not every video you create will get full advertising. Some videos get blocked in different countries. You would have to interact with every ad. That money, that so-called $1 million that the Umbrella guy is making, that won't happen. These people don't even know how this works, and it shows you how out of date and out of touch they are. They're using the Fandom Menace, which is an outdated hashtag that doesn't exist anymore. They're using examples from channels that haven't uploaded in, 2 years? This article purely exists to weaponize criticism, to attack the people that are speaking, to attack fans, because how dare you have a negative opinion. It's like Miss Marvel, they use that as a prime example. I don't care that it's a Muslim woman superhero. I care that it's good, and Miss Marvel is a character that no one cares about. Miss Marvel is a character that no one cares about. She's been rebooted so many times. And when the good reviews are saying how great the diversity and representation is, and how great the special effects are on cinematography. I'll give it that. The cinematography is actually really good. But no one actually, all these sort of no one really talks about the show, the writing, the characters. They're scared to make women flawed. And that's my opinion on that one. This is just ridiculous. They're still talking about the Star Wars movies, The Last Jedi. They're still talking about that after all these years. Oh my god, they didn't like it because misogyny. No, we didn't like it because it was a crappy movie with a Mary Sue main character. Rey could have been a boy or a girl, and that writing would have been the same. This article exists just to shut you up. This article exists to make the outsider of the independent creators, the outsiders looking in, bad. This article purely exists to do that. This article is unresearched. Completely no way that it even should be there. And the writer of this article, a basic Google could easily stop this. I just think it's ridiculous. And all I have to say on this subject is, it's just honestly ridiculous. And that's the problem. There is nothing that we can say or do that's going to stop it. They even talk about the conspiracy theory blaming violence on Antifa boogeymen and BLM activists. I'm not going to comment on that one. I mean, they're putting in every buzzword, every search term to make this look like something it's not. And it's completely absurd. Please don't listen to these articles. Melanie McFarland is a horrible, horrible writer with absolutely no talent. And she's also protected her tweets now. Just going to put that one out there. She's protected her tweets and blocked all the YouTubers she's talking about. I think that just tells you everything you need to know. Don't listen to these articles. Don't read them. They're just not good. And I mean, they even bring up the Red stuff and Shin-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. And honestly, I'm so over this kind of stuff. You can criticize something. You have the right to your opinion. You are not a gateway to right-wing ideology via personal YouTube channels. This article exists purely as a weapon. That's what this article is. It's a weapon. And they're trying to fire as many bullets as they can. But yeah, absurdity aside, article is trash. I'm Will. You know who I am. Links and info below. And you can catch me on the channels at the top. Talk to you guys later. Bye.